Alright, we're going to do this real quick. I have a turkey roaster that I'm going to set up to cook flint in. I'm going to do some things. I'm going to have like 6 parts of this video. They're all going to be shorts. And this is not a how-to. So if you're going to do something with the turkey roaster, you need to know what you're doing. But I'm checking the amp draw right now. I have my power line split. And I'm going to plug it in. I have my meter there. And I'm going to plug it in and see how many amps the turkey roaster draws. It draws 10 amps. And at 120 volts, that means it's 1200 watts. So we're going to make a switch to control that and turn that down to 4 or 5 amps. Alright, I'm not there where you live, so this is not a how-to. And if you decide to try and copy what I do, it's at your own peril. I have a number 12 cord, it's a heavy power cord, and I have a number 12 outlet power cord, and I have a dimmer switch. And I'm going to use the dimmer switch to turn this outlet into 600 watts maximum, and I'm going to use that to cut down the power on stuff that I use. Okay, my dimmer cord is ready. This is a heavy gauge rated for 60 Celsius. Very important. This is a dimmer switch, and we've got my power coming in, my power coming out. This will give me from 0 to 600 watts, which is what I need to do because I need to lower the amount of power that that turkey roaster draws to 200 to 300 watts. Makes everything safer. It'll be like a big slow cooker. Alright, we got our dimmer cord all set up. I'm not going to show you what it's plugged into. You can figure that out, that I cook flint. And right now it's at 2.7 amps, which is a little over 300 watts. And we'll turn it down, and that will shut it off. And then we can turn it up. 4. I want it less than 4. I don't want it at that. That's about 500 watts. It's probably good enough. Go to 4, 3.7. But I'm going to try it at 200 right there, which will be just at 300 watts. 2.8 is, in the 200 watt or 300 watt range. Now, I've been wanting to use the turkey roaster because my slow cooker setup only holds 8 pounds. This is 25 pounds, and the cooker is not even halfway full. Yeah, it's all flakes and smaller spalls, so it fits better, but I'm going to give it a try. This is that rough rock that I bought for really cheap rock, and I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to set it on 400, and I'm just going to let her go. Let her rip, potato chip. Alright, I got my turkey roaster loaded. It's set on the minimum right now because I want to see where it shuts off at. And then I got my dimmer cord made. This is a heavy duty 20 amp cord. And we're currently limited to 3.12 amps, which is going to be about 400 watts. And that's where we're at. Much safer than a regular turkey roaster, and holds way more volume than my slow cooker. So I'm going to check the temperature. I'm still on minimum. I got my stainless probe. I'll just lift this up, stick it down in there, see what we get to. We're cycling on and off, and you can see we are at 137 degrees on our minimum. So if we go to the 150, that should put us at 280, and so on and so forth. And we're going to test that, but we're only drawing 4 amps. We're not hot on the outside of the unit, and we're not using excessive power by cycling on and off rapidly. Set a little bit over 300 on the dial, which should get the cooker into the 440, 450 range. which is the maximum, so we got room to grow. We're going to let it go and see what temperature we get at. Alright, I'm out in the shop and it's pretty warm. I got my turkey roaster hooked up and I made a dimmer switch to cut the power down because it's normally almost 11 amps, so right around 1400, 1500 watts. But I cut the power down to 4 amps, which is 500 watts. And this is my old PID controller that I'm just using to monitor the temperature. The temperature is being controlled by the dial. But it is, I checked with the infrared thermometer, the inside wall where the heating element is was 200 degrees. In the center of the rock, it is 176 degrees. So that's a 24 degree spread. No shock to the rock that way. And the whole system is raising 1 degree per minute. Alright, so we set overnight. We got 3 temperature points set. And the next one will be when I do Flint Ridge. I got Texas Rock in there right now. 437 is probably good enough for that. And our temperature has stabilized. We're drawing 4 amps, which is wonderful. It's a lot less power, and it cooks the rock just the same. The difference is it doesn't slam on and pot lead the rocks. Alright, the power's unplugged. The turkey roaster's off. I left that old PID controller in so that I can tell when the rocks cooled down and I can check out the results.